Welcome back for our second video. If you haven't seen our first one, be sure to check that one out too. Gives you a little bit of in-depth on what we're doing here. And so what we're doing basically is setting up a brand new account. We've basically set up their Facebook integration. We did not set up their Instagram integration because this particular Gary's West Coast Sports Bar doesn't have an Instagram page. But we will demo an Instagram page at some point through our travels through this application. So today's video is going to be about our menu product. Our menu product is pretty cool. I think it's got some really cool features. Like I said, I like to show you an empty account and then how we set it all up, just so it shows you the speed of what we can set these things up for and why our pricing is probably a little bit different than you're used to from most restaurant marketing companies. I think I mentioned that I've worked with restaurant marketers. I know how they work and what they were doing in the past, and I've just made it super simple for either them or myself or you even to be able to create this stuff now. So brand new menu page here. So we're just going to go ahead and click on this add menu up here. So 9 times out of 10, what we really like to do is use their PDF menu from their website to do this with. Occasionally it doesn't work, so if that's the case and you're doing this on your own, up here in the corner is a little, in the right hand corner is a little 4 blocks. You can come down here and you can get some help from us. So you just click on that and then go into the help. And just send us a note saying you tried to do your PDF and it just didn't work out. And just give us the PDF and we'll get it in there for you. But I'm going to go ahead and use the one that I just did a little while ago and drag that onto. Now, it doesn't have anything to do with this sports bar, but it's one that I was doing earlier today. So we're just going to go ahead and submit that PDF. And so what's going to happen here is it's going to take a few minutes. It's a rather large file that's consuming and going through. And occasionally we might get a timeout, so we would run it again. But it's usually pretty good. I don't usually see a timeout very often. And that's just OpenAI giving us a timeout because of the amount of data that we're sending over. But like I said, it's very, very rare that I see that. So what this is going to do is actually going to create a website for us with our menu on it. The menu's pretty cool. It has some really neat features, but the main part of it is really sending that information back. We create QR codes and tabletop tents for you to be able to print out and use. Of course, you can make your own. But what this does is every single time that someone comes to your restaurant, and there you go, it's done. So within a minute or so, we have our full-blown menu here, and I'll show it to you in a second. But this communicates back and forth to Facebook and Instagram. Anytime somebody comes in, scans your QR code and it drops you on. And it really has some cool features associated with it that allow you to really get deep and granular with what you're doing marketing-wise. So it's really, really quite cool that you could potentially target a person who only likes chicken based on their menu items that they've loved or liked. So that's some of the things that we can do that I'll get into as we continue to move along. So you see here at the beginning of the menu here, we got the file name of the menu here. So we're going to want to change that. So you just go ahead and click on the little edit button here, and you come over and change your name to whatever you want. So I'm just going to call this menu. So the reason that we have additional menus here on the site is because you may have separate menus for brunch or your beverage menu and things like that. So in that case, you would just click here again, add your PDF to this one, and it'll drop it here. So you can drag and drop these around if you don't like the order of them. There comes from the order of your menu, or at least the way we processed it through the using AI to get all that data, and then it plops it in here. So you can drag, drop, and all that good stuff. So one of the things I'm going to do is just edit one of these items so you can kind of see how we do this. And I'm going to drag a image over here. I just happen to have a burger here. And there's some things we don't do, and that's the labels. Actually, I take that back. I think it does actually grab a label. I think I had one on here at one point that was hot sauce or something like that, and it did add that one. So you just go ahead and you select any of the labels that work, and then you can also do add-ons. So I'm going to save the add-on for a minute. I think I had onion rings, so I'm going to go down to appetizers. I think I had an onion ring in there. Yeah, there's my onion rings. Beer battered onion rings. So we'll drop that on, and then I thought I had, yeah, there. There's my onion rings. And so we'll add that, and then we'll go back into the smash burger. just because we don't have a ton of menu items here with pictures and stuff, so I just want to have one. And we're going to do onion rings. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to select that and save that in our menu. All right. So I'm going to skip a couple of these just for a minute, and we're going to go over to the link page, and then we will go visit our menu. Okay, so this is similar to any other linked. I think Linktree is a popular one, but this gives you the ability to create your own Instagram link in bio page that's specific to your restaurant. So this has some pretty cool features. This is the generic one that we drop in here when you first come in, but we have many options here. You can drag or you can put any of these over here just by simply clicking on them. You'll see I have a bunch over here already. Excuse me. And then you can edit any of these. So you just click on the little edit button here, and that'll open that. Same with the image. Just click on the edit button. It'll open the image. You can drag, drop, do all the stuff you want to do in here. Same with the menu. Now you're going to want to change your URL, obviously, to your menu if you're going to have a menu one. But you can also delete these. So you can do whatever you want in here, really. And then at the end of it, once you have it all set, now mine doesn't make any sense. It's just kind of to show you what is possible as far as videos and all that. But once you're all done, you can just go ahead and save that. But we have a bunch of different things in here. Like we have the social icons and then the company icons. So those are cool to have at the top and bottom. And things like that. But that's good enough for now. I'm just trying to show you how we set these up. Yours will obviously be different than this, but if it was me doing this for you, for example, I might just go out and get a bunch of your stuff and put it in here. The events comes from our restaurant section, so if you put an event in here, it's actually going to be pulling from your restaurant events library that we have. So like I mentioned earlier in the last video, everything that we do in this platform goes to your AI chatbot so that it can answer any question that you might have. All right, we're going to skip settings for now, and we're going to go right over to our menu that was created for us. So here it is. Now this looks a heck of a lot better on mobile than it does on my desktop, but you're going to have to deal with my desktop for now. So some pretty cool features here. You can see you can make notes on menus. You can love your menu items, and you can also like them. So that's handy. I don't know about you guys, but I went to a restaurant once that had this massive menu, and I had this one dish there that I absolutely loved. And I went back the next time, and I couldn't find it again. So I've never had that amazing dish ever again. And if I had this little tool, it would have helped me so much because I would have loved that item, and I would have been able to get it again and again and again. For me, I will never have the item again. So these are pretty cool. You can go ahead, and so what it's going to do is it's going to say, hey, you're not logged in here, mister, so you got to log in. So I actually just deleted my login a few minutes ago, so I'll log in here quick. All right, so now that I'm logged in, I can go ahead and start liking and loving things. So let me just point out that the likes are up here, and we do tell you how many, and then your loves are down here, or your favorites is what I like to call them. Your menu's down here. Then we have different information down here at the bottom, so we'll get to the links page here in a second, but I want to point out a few other features. So we go ahead and click on this burger here, and you can see the look that we have, and then we have the suggested pairings. We haven't gone ahead yet and done an AI suggested pairings. I'll leave that up to you guys whether we do that or not. You can let us know if you think that's a good idea if you're working with us. You can also show just your love and likes, but the problem with that is if you don't have any handhelds, we don't show any items. But hey, everybody wants to do things their way, so we gave it to them. So, but if we go back to the handhelds now, they are there once we turn that off. We can go into the favorites and delete them if we want to, or I guess we can't. We just see the favorites. I take that back. That's probably a good thing because you can do. Sorry, I meant to go back to the menu. You could do your favorites here, so that you're not actually deleting anything there. But you can, like I said, you can add notes and do all that good stuff, so you do whatever you want. My last feature that I think the last feature I want to point out is the search. So, and that just highlights anything you're searching. So it's super helpful. Brings over everything that you can with the main menu as well. All right. The links page is here, so this is great for your Instagram link in bio page, but we also have it here for you. And then we also include your information. So you'll see here, I'm going to actually change the top part of this URL to change over to my my other restaurant just for a second here, just to show you an additional feature if you have these. So you'll see here I only have my information at the top and has my map and my hours and all that stuff. But let me just change it real quick so you can see if you have other information in here, we will also have that in here. So any specials that I have, it will show me, and it defaults to today's special. So if I have a Thursday special, you can continue on and see what that one is as well. So we also have happy hour events. So anything basically that's in our platform over here, and oops, sorry, wrong one, Gary. There we go. Now we're back in business. So anyone that defaults back in comes over to that. So let me show a few other things. I think I mentioned the QR codes. We automatically create this for you once you have your menu in place. So the QR code is right there if you desire to make your own table tents or stickers or whatever you want. The link is here. Now let me point out, this is our link. We do have vanity links for a fee, so it can be your restaurant's domain name or your restaurant's client's domain name, either if they want to spend that for themselves. Then we also do give you a table tent here, so this is free for you to download and use. The link page we already went over, so we do have a report for every single person, for every single actual spit that one out, Gary. We have a report for every menu, so it'll show you if the people are new and returned. This does take a second to come in, so even though I just hit that menu and I'm new, it will come in here in a little bit. But we do have the 52 items in our menu and how many people love and like them. So handy dandy little report, and of course you can export that if you want to. Then you do have your settings. So this would be the Facebook and Instagram pixel here, just to make sure you have them, because we are using that on that menu to communicate back. And if you have a custom domain, that's all that is. So that is the menu section of our platform. The next video we do will be, I think we're going to do marketing, and we're going to set up a VIP club offer that will connect immediately to Facebook, and we can go over and comment on it and get the offer. So we'll walk through that whole situation and how easily you can set these VIP offers up now. All right, so look forward to that video next.